Morning. How are you all doing? Everybody okay? So it is Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Middle of the week. How are you all doing so far? Did you do the cardio session I left you yesterday, or did you just take a day off and sit around and rest and chill out and relax and stuff? Rest days aren't always a bad thing. Morning, Judith. Rest days aren't always a bad thing. Just don't rest all the time. You know, you've got to keep active. You're doing well keeping all your sessions going. We've got to keep on top of them. So today's session, lower body weights. Same style, same layout as we did on Monday's one, if you were here for that. We're going to get 6 exercises. We're going to go around each of them once, then we go around each of them twice before we move on, then 3 times before we move on, and then 4 times before we move on. Today's focus is going to be on technique. It's going to be kind of partly educational and just drilling that technique into you. So much so that we're actually going to do, of the 4 rounds, the first one is body weight, just so we can get used to the movements and refine all of the motion. Then we'll gradually build the weight. If you're injured, ill, sick, dead or dying, take it easy. Lisa is skiving, she'll catch up later. Well, thank you for popping in and telling me that you're skiving. Appreciate that, I think. Enjoy skiving. You were never any good at that at school, I guess. You know, you don't rock up and tell your teacher, I'm not coming to your class today. Ha ha! And then walk off. So go off and enjoy whatever you're doing. Lower body, so it's mobility based. Get everything nice and warm, nice and loose. 6 movements are going to be squats, lunges, curtsy lunges, Cossack squats, deadlifts, and glute bridges. Oh, they've updated videos, so I'm getting a thing now. I could make the glute, or make the comments full screen. I don't want to. Taking mum shopping. Hi, Sue. Buy her something nice. Alright, let's get everyone moving. So let's get feet just past shoulder width, slow and steady. Just start to squat. Simple movement. Morning, Julie. How you doing? So simple bit of squats. Just to start to loosen the legs, the hips, the knees. Rawr. So easy motion here. And then instead of a squat, just make it into a bit of a step forwards. So we can take your weight onto that front leg and then push back. Julie commenting, morning Skyver. I am a real American. I'm not a real American. British by birth, Welsh by the grace of God. Yeah. Actually got a belt buckle that says that. Come on, keep it going. Step in. Give me 2 more. And instead of forwards, step to the side. So a little step across the body, just to get that bit of movement through the side of the hip and the inside of the thigh. Boom, boom, boom. As you do it, lean over towards the foot that stays in place. The foot that stays in place, that leg stays as straight as you can keep it. Bend the other one. So we're getting that bit of movement. Stretch the inside of the thigh. Ready for the work we've got coming later for this bit. 2 more. And then all I want you to do is just try and touch your toes. Little bend in the knee. Tip forward to touch your toes. Keep going, just nice and steady. And then from here, back to a couple of squats. Squat down, try and get your hands down to your feet. On your next one, you're going to squat down, you're going to hold your feet. And then you're going to straighten your legs. And then you're going to come back down, and then you're going to stand up, and then we do it again. Squat down, hold your feet, Straighten your legs, stretch the back of the leg, squat down, stand up. Keep that going. Down, hold, straighten, down, get up. So we get the legs nice and loose doing this lot. Give it one more. And then stand it up and just jog on the spot lightly, just to loosen things out. So, round one for the exercises. Body weight only. Excuse me, make sure your weights are close so that we can get from rounds 2, 3 and 4, grab the weights, we can get into the net. So round one, we start with a squat. Technique all the way, feet just past shoulder width. Head up, chest lifted, look forwards or up slightly and sit down into that motion. Okay, so you're pushing your bum back and down. I know some of you have been with me for years, on and off, live sessions, video sessions and all sorts. But we've always worth going back to refine that technique. So just sit into it. Lift back up. Nice and smooth and steady. Okay, lunges next. Big step forwards. Focus on bending your back knee towards the floor. So if that back knee comes down, that makes the front knee bend. If you only focus on bending the front knee, you're going to go forwards, your back leg will stay straight. And it's more like you're trying to stab somebody. We're not doing that. Bend that knee. Stay upright, stay tall. Control the movement. So this is normal forward lunges. You do the same thing if you were stepping backwards. But now we're going to step sideways. Curtsy lunge. We're going to keep one foot fixed in place. The other leg goes behind. And you come down nice and low. And you stand up, change sides. You focus on bending the knee for that back leg. The target here is the glutes, is your bum. It also works outside the hip and thigh. Right the way across. It also puts a lot of movement into the knee joint and the muscles that support it. Great for knee health, knee stability. So if that works the outside hip and thigh, we're going to work the inside. Take a wide stance. Squat down. And take your weight over one leg. And then stay low. And we're going to go side to side. Staying low as you can. So try and think of your hips just going on a straight, same level. Now it's easier for me to try and focus on it because I can see me on the screen. So I can try and keep my hips on that same line. Do this in front of a mirror if you need to. So you can do the same thing. Still trying to keep yourself up, but it'll be easier next time. Number 5, we did it in the warm-up basically. Deadlift. So you've got a little bend in the knee, so your leg isn't dead straight. Push your bum back. Try and touch your toes. Now we're putting that little bend in the knee. It means that the hamstring isn't taking direct stress being pulled in a straight line. It's doing its job in supporting the leg. We take the stress out of the joints, make the muscle work properly, as well as still using the glutes, and it will use the lower back a little bit. So we've done 2 exercises that work the glutes. Let's do a third. Glute bridge. Lay yourself back, feet, knees and hips in line. Push down through your heels. Get up high as you can, come down. Push up. As you push up, squeeze your bum. Feel the muscles through the glutes starting to work. Now you can slow this movement down so it can go slow and controlled to feel it work at every position, at every angle. And some days you feel like you can move more than others. That's fine. Alright, up we get, grab your weights. So now we do each exercise twice before we move on. I'm just going with one weight for for squats to begin. I'm going to hold it by my chest and we squat. Sit low, back up. You can do it with 2 weights if you want. I'm actually going to build into it through today's session. So as you squat, by keeping that weight against your chest, this is called a goblet squat. You're staying elbows, arms under the weight. Sit down. Keeping it against your chest forces your upper body to stay upright. Otherwise, you start leaning over. We don't want that. Okay, lunges. I'm going to keep the weight in one hand and 2 hands. We're going to step it forwards. Bring it back up. Again, keeping that weight up by your chest stops you leaning forwards a lot. So you're not going to step in and lean over. We're going to stay up, step in, push back. By staying upright, we make sure the quads, the front of the thigh, is doing all the work. And if you look, your target with a big step forwards is your knee should be kind of above your ankle. You're not really driving forwards. Okay? Curtsy lunge. With 1 weight is ideal. You step across, weight to that front foot, stand up, and then go the other way. And you change hands at the top. You know what, I've just realised I've done everything wrong so far. We should be going back and doing things again. We should have done 2 sets of squats. Forgive me, my brain's not working. So we're going to repeat this little block of 3 after this. 2, 1. So we'll go back to squats. I'm tired, my brain doesn't work, I'm too busy talking. Go. Proof that men can't multitask. If I'm paying attention to talking. So we're back to squats. When you get to the top, if you keep a little bend in the knees so you don't stand up completely straight, we keep that work still in the thigh. Okay, 10 seconds rest. Lunges next. Tell me where the freaks at. Let's do it. Step it in, push it back. Step it in. So still aiming to get your knee to that front foot. Kind of above the ankle. It's not going forwards past your foot or past your toes a lot. And breathe. Curtsies again. And then we're back on track. Ready? Go. So we step across the body. Your other hand stays off your leg as you step across. If you're doing it just with the weight in one hand. The idea of putting the weight in the opposite hand to that front leg is when it comes forwards, it stops your body twisting and turning as much. So the work goes through the hip. Right, exercise 4, we're back on track now. All through the glutes. Wide stance, inner thigh, Cossack squat. So this is a great one to hold the weight by your chest. So you stay low, we slide side to side. Still stay as low as you can. Push it across each way. Give yourself that little pause each end. Just so you know that your legs are working completely. 2, 1, stand it up. And then we do it again. Ready? 2, 1, go. So stay down, low as you can, all the time. Keep your head up, your chest lifted. You might feel like you're trying to strain slightly to stay upright. You've got to lift a little bit. That's okay. And in lifting up, you might end up bringing your hips up a little bit. But that's fine, because that is still the target. Okay, deadlift. Little bend in the knee. We're going to tip forwards, stand it up, tip, and lift. Let's go. So the coaching point I usually give for this, my favorite one is tip from the hip. Easy, because it rhymes, it's easy to remember. Push your bum back. Just focus on pushing your bum backwards. That'll fold you forwards. That makes you tip from the hip. It's not a squat. It's like you're trying to touch your toes. Here we go, stand it up. 10 seconds rest, we'll do it again. 2, 1, here we go. So push your hips backwards. Always keep your knee unlocked. So we're not staying dead straight and trying to tip forwards. Little bend in the knee so we can make that weight just move straight up and down. If your leg is dead straight, you will travel forwards. Not what we want. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Lie it down. Glute bridges. Feet, knees and hips in line. Weight on the front of your hip. Let's do it. Let's push up. Drop down. So it's controlled as you lift and as you lower. So this little bit of weight sitting now on the hip just gives a bit more direct work for the glutes to have to lift. You might feel it a little bit in the hamstring at the back of the leg, but if you put your fingers on your hamstring, then hopefully what you'll find is as you're lifting, that muscle isn't really tightening up. You might feel it move a little bit, but it's not going really, really tight. Yeah, let's do it. So try it again here if you can. Fingers just on the back of the hamstring, back of the thigh. And then compare it to what you can feel for your glutes. You should feel the muscles in your bum tightening up, working hard to lift you. But your hamstrings, back of the thigh, not doing so much. If you can feel your hamstring really tightening up, focus on trying to make your bum, make your glutes do the work. Alright, stand it up. Let's see if I get it right this time. We're going back to the start. I'm going to use 2 weights. We're going to squats. 3 sets. Let's go. So I'm going to do it 2 weights. Weight at the side, like I'm picking up shopping bags or suitcases. You still sit back and down into the movement, yeah? Push your hips back and down. You are going to find that you lean forward slightly as you go. Try not to lean forwards a lot, that's the challenge. 2, 1, hold it here. If you think of it, you're trying to keep the weight in the heel or the middle of your foot, not in the toes and the ball of the foot. Okay, let's do it again. So we squat, we drive back up. So you sit low. If you want to work on this in front of a mirror, just to work on your own technique, that's great. It's a wonderful way to practice and refine things. Hold it here. What you're looking for when you squat, according to the textbooks, is when you come down, that lean that you've got from your shoulder to your hip should be a similar angle from your knee to your ankle. That's like the ideal position. But still keep that chest lifted, shoulders back, so you're not going to hunch in and drop forwards, because that'll just change the way everything works and stress your back. Keep those shoulders back. 3, 2, 1. Okay, lunges. Remember how we do it? A big step forwards. If it helps you, do it in stages. Step, drop, up, back. Step, drop, up, back. So like I said earlier, some of you have been with me a long time. It's always good to get back to that technique. We always pick up bad habits when we get used to doing something over and over and over again. Whether it's exercise, baking, driving, anything we always do all the time, you get complacent. But we can refine this, we can make it work better. Let's go. Lunges again. Step, down, up, back. Feel it work. As you come into that lunge, yes, your back foot comes up off the floor, your heel does. So you're just on the toes and the ball of the foot. For that back foot, it's there for support. One more set here. Ready? 2, 1, let's do it. Step in, come down, up, back. So you can make a bit of a rhythm of it. Make it nice and smooth. Step, down, up, back. Step, down, up, back. 7 seconds. Keep going, come on. Whee! Okay. Curtsy lunge. Step across ourselves. Opposite hand to that front foot. As you step across, push back up. Still bending that back knee. Go as low as you're comfortable with. If you start to feel any real discomfort in your knees, particularly that front one, don't go as low. You can make your curtsy lunge just a little step if you need to. Your workout, your range of movement. I'm just the guy that gives you the ideas. You're the one that's doing it, yeah? Let's go. And we're doing this now as kind of compound sets. We're doing it over and over again. Because we're trying to make those muscles tired. And you might find random little bits start to fatigue each day. For me today, I can feel my left knee struggling here. Doesn't normally. So I'm going to change my range of movement very slightly to fit around it. If I did it tomorrow, I could be fine. Could be back to normal, we're going low each time. Okay? But this is why we're doing it. Whoop, follow, don't follow that. So that when things get tired, while we're focusing on that technique, you can really kind of drill and train it into the muscle. To think, look, I know you're tired, I still need you doing this. I still need you focusing and moving properly. Yeah? So nice and steady, and breathe. That's 3 sets of those done. Cossacks next. I'm going to go back to one weight for doing these. Weight by the chest. Wide stance. Down over one side, over to the other. So we rock it side to side. Stay down, push, and across. Feel that weight by the chest to hold you up. 2, 1, let's go. 10 seconds rest. So as we're doing these, same again like I said last time. When you come down, if you lean forwards a lot, the stress is going to be in your lower back. We want to try and keep you upright. Okay? Now you might find that it moves your hip. going upright, you might think, oh, I can only go up a little bit. I can't stay as low. That's okay. Practice brings you down lower and lower and lower. Practice and strengthen the muscle. Even flexibility, even movement around the hip. Work on flexibility. Last set of these. Let's go. Just stay as low as you can. I'm warming up now, I can go lower. 12 seconds, come on. I feel my hamstring working through this now as well too. Oh, I'm bending knees, stand it up. Speaking of hamstrings, deadlift. Little bend in the knee, push your bum back, tip forwards, up we get. So these 6 exercises will work front, back, inside and outside of the hip and thigh. And the order that we're doing them in today, they all kind of tie in together quite nicely. They flow smoothly through the muscles, through the movements. Up we get. Doesn't mean this is the best way or the only way to do these exercises. Mix it up, change it up. Let's go. I mean, we're doing technique on the basic, original version of each exercise. There's variations galore. We've done deadlifts in the past with one foot slightly forwards, putting the weight more into one leg than the other, which is always a good way to do it. It's fun. All right, up we go. One last set here, then we got 3 sets of glute bridges. Ready? Little bend in the knee, tip forward, here we go. How are you feeling anyway? Are you okay? Does it all make sense so far? Don't forget, as you get tired, you might start hunching and rounding out and dropping down. Don't do that. Keep yourself shoulders back, chest lifted. There we go. All right, down to the floor. Glute bridge. Push through your hips. Push through your hips. Push through your heels. Get your hips up. Still feet, knees, and hips in line. Always push through, nice and controlled. Squeeze the glutes. Try and relax your hamstrings, back of the thigh. 2, 1, 10 seconds rest. And then we're going to do it again. 2, 1, up we go, push. Drive it up high as you can. Doesn't have to be fast movement. That's the other thing with all of these. You can control it. If you go slower, you actually make it work a bit more controlled. Nice steady motion. 2, 1, breathe. 10 seconds rest. One more set here, and then we've got the final round. Everything 4 sets each before we move it on. Ready? Go! Come on. Squeeze it up high as you can. If you start getting tired, that's fine. Just go as high as you can. It might not be all the way to the top of the movement like it was earlier. You might only get 3/4. Whatever you can. Oof. Right, up we get. Squats. This time, take your feet wide. We're going to go for a wide squat. Turn your feet out to the corner slightly. And let's go. I'm going to hold the weight in the center this time. Squat low, bring it up. So a bit of a variation into the movement. This one I'll use the inner thigh a little more. Holding that weight in the center. Whether you hold it down by an arm's length, or if you hold it as a goblet squat like we did to begin, it still means that weight stays in the middle. 2, 1, breathe. So that was a wide squat. We get another set here, and then we do 2 sets narrow. Okay, wide squat, go. So weight in the middle again. Sit down, hips low as you can. When you come up to the top, still keep a little bend in the knee. So you can make the leg work. If you control it, it makes the muscle work more. We get that toning effect that we're looking for this week. Refine that movement, get more results. Okay. Set 3. Feet and knees together. West hand facing the corner. We're not going to be able to squat as low doing it this way, but that's fine. So keep your feet and knees, and as much of your thigh as possible, together. I mean, a coaching point for this is actually trying to imagine you squatting in a pencil skirt. Not that I've ever done that before anyone asks questions. Not that random. Or any other skirt for that matter that I've done. Don't do any. Not even a kid. Right, so shorts, shorts and shorts, that's me. One more set here, feet and knees together. Squat down. You're not going to get really deep into that motion. If you can, then great. It takes a lot of work to get right the way down and right the way back. Yeah? If you can get your hips down by your heels, do it. But you're not allowed to bounce out of the movement or throw yourself out of the movement. 2, 1. So that's 4 sets of squats done. Now 4 sets of lunges. Ready? Big step forwards. Then bring it down. Bring it up, push it back. Change sides. Step, down, up, back. So we're doing this session, legs, and the way I'm doing it right now, step, down, up, back, following the beat of the music, the speed of the music. If you really want to try putting that all together, the whole leg session, following the beat, do my legs, bumps and tums videos from yesterday. Let's go again. Step, down. Because with those, with the legs, bumps and tums videos, we did a whole load, it was just legs work really, but we follow the beat. And we change the speed of the movement. So it keeps it controlled. Changing the speed of the movement just made it work more. And we did them body weight. We did them with tins of beans. Still worked hard. Let's go. Step, down, up, back. Step, down. Keep going. Come on. So following that beat, following that rhythm gives us a speed, gives us a pace to work at. But it also makes us slow it down on that movement. Step, down, up, back. If you're happy just stepping in and out quickly, do it. Just try it on this last set. Just moving quickly, stepping straight in and back. So we're not doing it in stages. Straight into the bottom of the movement, push back up. Which do you feel works more? Which do you feel is better for you? I don't need answers on a postcard or comments. Unless you want to join in, let me know how it's going. But just think about it for yourself. How it's going. 2, 1. Woo. 4 sets of lunges done. Courtesy lunge. One leg fixed. Step behind. Let's do it. So we go across ourselves. Try not to follow your hips. Your hip will try and make your body twist and turn out of it. So you end up going round yourself. If you keep going forwards, and this is why we bring left hand to right foot, right to left. Keep your upper body trying to go forwards. We get the hip, the glutes, to do more work. 10-second rest, we'll do it again. I don't know about you, I'm starting to warm up now. 2, 1, let's go. So push it side to side. Keep moving. Sets 3 and 4, we're just going to do one side on each set. Okay? So set 3, I'm going to keep my right foot at the front. Only focus on working left foot going behind, one side. Do it. So adjust on one side here. The reason for the change is just so we can feel that one side working. We can really kind of refine, drill in that last set on this side for today. So the muscles, when we're resting, can work out what the hell they've got to do next time. 2, 1. Other side. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So step it over, push it back up. Push it into the side, bend that back knee and try not to twist and turn. Move. Getting warm now. My t-shirt's gone all shiny. 2, 1. Okay. One weight. Cossack squat. Wide stance. I don't know why it's called a Cossack before you ask. Weight up. Let's go. There you go. Nice and low. And slow, side to side. Can feel my hamstring getting involved with this one as well. Back of the leg working, inside of the leg working. Hoots! Up we go. Just brings a lot of stuff together. That's right. Next one. Set 2, let's go. Low as you can go. As you get tired, you're going to find yourself coming up and being higher. That's fine. That's fine. You keep yourself moving, doing what you can, yeah? Try and keep it low, but go where you're comfortable with. So I said earlier, we're doing this so that as muscles fatigue, we try and keep going. I can feel inside edge of my left hamstring. When I kick out, when I go to the right, I can feel that left leg pulling a little bit as I go over. It's starting to fatigue, it's done what it's comfortable with for today. So I'm not going as low, so I don't travel as far, and I'm okay. A few repetitions, 10 seconds rest. One more set here. So we're going to try going low again, see how it feels. Your range of movement, let's go. Yeah, see, it's still there a little bit, but it's not so bad now. So it might just have been 1 or 2 reps it wasn't happy with, and now I can go back to moving as I want. Maybe you'll find the same, maybe not today, maybe next time. That's fine, just be aware of it. 3, 2, 1, stand it up. Deadlift. Little bend in the knee, push your bum back. Go! We've got just over 5 minutes to the end of the workout. 4 sets of deadlift, 4 sets of glute bridges, and then we're done. By the time we finish all of this, it's 60 sets of legs and lower body in 40 minutes. Total. It's not bad. That's really good going. 60 sets is generally overkill, but we're doing it short, sharp burst, not really heavy. Let's go. And it's all about moving the technique. You know, I don't know if you're doing 2 or 3 repetitions in 30 seconds, or 22, 23 in 30 seconds. Just control it. It's not about speed of movement, it's about making it work effectively. 3, 2, 1. 2 more sets here. Little bend in the knee. Take your feet a little bit wider on this set. Let's go. Still knees bent, push your bum back. Just that slightly wider stance. So this slightly wider stance will keep the inside of the thigh working a little bit. It was a target area a few weeks ago. And we'll keep it going. 2, 1. Last set with deadlift. We did it with squats, so do it with deadlift. Feet, knees and thighs together. Narrow stance. Let's go. See if you can feel a difference. Back of the leg, back of the hip. Maybe your lower back. Feeling like it's working a little bit differently. Just these slight changes to foot position can really change how we get to move. Yeah, if we get stronger in all positions, you become much stronger overall. So we've got 4 sets to go. Just under 3 minutes to the end. Hip bridges, glute bridges. Weight on your hips, drive it up. Off we go, 30 seconds. So again, control it, push through your heels. For that perfect position at the top of the movement, your knee should be above your ankle just about. Shouldn't feel like you got your foot right by your bum. Too much stress on the joint. So at the top, 90 degrees-ish in the knee. Push through your heels. Push your glutes up. Squeeze it, control it, feel it working. Nearly there, 2, 1. 2 sets left. Come on, let's finish strong, get it done. Go. Push it up, drop it down. Lift it up, drop it back. But really try and feel the glutes doing all the work here. Still check on the hamstrings, back of the thigh. Does it feel like it's really tightening up? It should be fairly loose. You should still be able to wobble it, basically. 2, 1. One last set. Last set for this exercise. Last set for the day. Cool down after this. 30 seconds, hip bridges. Let's go. Hip bridge, glute bridge, call it whatever the hell you want. Hip thrusts. Call him Dave. I don't know. Or otters. Or, I don't know, unicorns. Call it whatever the hell you feel like, as long as you know what it is. Nearly done. There we go. And we can sit up. Don't worry about getting up. Just sit up. Stay on the floor. So we're turning it down a little bit. Okay, so for stretching, we're going to start out. Bring your feet in together, push your knees out to the side. You've done a fair bit of work inner thigh with different types of squats, Cossack squats, lunges, stuff for the hamstrings as well. Inner thigh works a lot through those. So just let your knees drop out to the side, let it bounce a little bit, then hold it down. And then give it a few seconds there, and then let it bounce a little bit, and then hold it down. Or if you need to, you can hold your ankles, feet together, nice and close to you, and then just push down a bit with your elbows, so you get your legs out to the side. Give a stretch on the inside of the thigh, in around the groin, a little bit of the hamstring to release. And then from here, bring your knees up, one leg out in front, the other foot on the inside of the thigh. All I want you to do, whichever foot's gone forwards, hang on, let's go back a little bit, so you can show I am actually still getting to my foot. Slide yourself down, hold your calf or ankle or toes, but try and keep that knee by the ground, keep that leg straight. So you reach forwards, same hand to same foot is the easy bit. Because then you start to slide your other hand down and bring yourself in. And you might find, you get your two hands together, you might find you've got one hand by your foot or ankle and the other one doesn't go as far. That's great. You go as far as you can. And then you just try and slide in a bit further. Hold it there. If it eases off, you try and slide a bit further. And then you keep moving in. Yeah? Doesn't mean you've got to get your chest and shoulders to your leg. And if you want. And then if you release your hands, you can slowly bring yourself up. And then we'll turn it around, we'll do the other side. One leg straight, one leg bent. Same hand to same foot, slide it in. Slide down, start that stretch. Still trying to keep that front leg straight as you can. Now I'm finding this harder on my left side. I did say my left side felt tight during the session, and it's worse here. Okay, not worse, I'm just more aware of it. Other hand, start to slide that down. Yeah, that's not going all the way today. So you get that different position. But as that starts to ease off, I'll try and get forwards a bit. And then when that eases a little bit, I'll go a bit further forward. So you can gradually kind of build into it. You might ease off in a few seconds. It might ease off every 10, 20, 30 seconds. Might be a little bit every day. Then release your hands, bring yourself up. And let's come up to kneeling. We're going to take one foot forwards, just out in front, and then drop and lean into it. Knee above the ankle just about. Head up, chest lifted. Push your hips forwards, so we try and feel it stretch from the hip down into the front of the thigh. Staying up nice and upright, or even pushing back slightly off your leg, so your back arches a little bit, opens up that stretch. This hip flexor muscle starts on the front of your thigh, goes into your lower back, so making it stretch here. If you're not getting enough of a stretch, pick that back foot up. Really let it stretch and release. 3, 2, 1. Let's push back, let's change sides, do the other foot. So other leg forwards. Again, foot out in front, not under you to start with, because you're going to lean forwards to get your knee above your ankle. Stay up tall. Push into it, let it stretch. So that was today's leg session, looking at technique as well. Tomorrow's a cardio workout because I'm teaching spin. And then Friday we've got kettlebell flow, making a load of kettlebell exercises all fit together into one big session, one big continuous movement. Push yourself back, take your time to stand it up. When you come up, just shake your legs loose and give yourself a massive round of applause. Great work today, guys. So get some fluids on board, go and eat. Leave me your comments, tag other people in to come and see this video, come and join the page, come and keep us company in the mornings. I hope you're all okay. I will see you on Friday. You take care of yourselves. Bye bye.